You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. I say that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy.
Talking about villains, motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
You got to have your 3 villains.
Oh, it's 3. I had 5. All right, cool.
Well, no, you did double the work. So, there you go.
I was going to say, John, if you wanted to go first here, but
all right. So for me, these aren't in any particular order.
Number 1,
Emperor Palpatine. So Emperor Palpatine is the emperor from Star Wars. He is the one who, if you watch the first 3 Star Wars stories, he's creating this empire. Like, he starts off as a senator. He's kind of doing these underlying things throughout the Star Wars series, and then ultimately it unfolds with him becoming the galactic emperor and the empire, and everything starts to come to fruition.
I was going to say, if you read Darth Plagueis, the book, it takes place right before the events of the prequels, and then you learn how evil this guy truly is. Like, there is no good about him whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I think that even hits it home a little bit more, like, you see that he's evil, but he is fucking dastardly.
Yeah. Like, his
Dastardly.
plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. His plans and everything that he brings into fruition are just, they're a thing of beauty, but they're evil. Because what I mean is that he has a plan, and he knows what he's doing, and he knows how to manipulate people. Look at how he did Anakin. Like, he knew exactly how to manipulate Anakin to the point where he became, his
assistant.
Pretty much his assistant.
His dental hygienist to the dentist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I even talked about that earlier, like the fact that it took him Palpatine so little to switch him, just a couple stories, that he was able then to go and kill children.
I know, yeah. Like, just think about that for a minute. Like, it didn't take much for him to be pushed. It didn't take much at all. But Yoda saw it from the beginning. Like, this kid is not ready for this. You know. But I digress. My next one is...
Wait, John, do you know who the actor who plays Palpatine?
Ian McDermott.
This guy didn't play Palpatine the whole time, did he?
No, he played him the whole time.
Really?
Except for one, I want to say, was it Empire Strikes Back? It was played by a woman in one of those movies.
Oh, no kidding.
It was, the physical was played by a woman, but the voice was a male actor, but I forget which film that was.
So in episode 1, 2, and 3, when they brought it back, that was the original actor?
That was Ian McDermott, yeah.
Oh, and he was in the original ones, too.
Yeah.
And the new ones.
Yeah, I'm looking
know that.
right now.
Cool.
I'm looking right now to verify that.
No, that's a good call. Palpatine. I have a villain on my list from Star Wars, and it's the obvious one. But yeah, did he scare you as a kid, Palpatine?
No, he didn't. Actually, man, I didn't catch on to this whole Empire thing being bad until I got older. Because I was just like, when I was watching it when I was younger, I was just like, oh, I guess all the people dressed in black are like evil. That's the only thing I really gauged from that. Because I just thought like Darth was doing his own thing. That's what I thought. I was like, Darth is the main baddie. I never really paid attention to Emperor Palpatine being in that hooded robe at all until I got older, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, this guy's up to no good.
Yeah, he's
real quick, just a thought. Think Darth Vader takes mad dumps?
Where have I heard that before? Somebody said that before.
I'm sure it was me.
Everything
goes to reality for me.
Do you think he has a coloscopy? How do you say that? Coloscopy?
Colostomy bag?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. But like, you don't see him eat. What is he eating?
He's
the Force.
But isn't he metal from the waist down? So Would he
Well,
be going?
He has
If
a
you
metal
remember-
penis.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Wow.
But if you remember the things, like what is it? Him, being a sack of potatoes by the lava there for a second.
A sack of
He didn't have his
potatoes.
legs or his arm. He had one of his arms. One of them was robotic, and then Palpatine was poking and prodding.
Mm-hmm.
He still had the poop chute and whatnot. Those Anakin buns of his. And then, think Palpatine. What's Palpatine putting out there? Probably like really fucking like White Castle dumps, probably.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Well, no, Darth Vader's breath stink. It has to. And that mask. Think about how many times you had to wear a mask during this whole pandemic and how much you smell your own breath. It's like, God damn, my breath stinks. So Darth Vader's breath stink.
No,
I don't know
smells
about
pretty
that,
good.
man.
Yeah, I don't know.
because
It's
you
got,
Oh, really? It was just me?
you got something going on in there, bud?
I would brush my teeth and
just-
it dried out
just
my breath. It just, I don't know. My breath
Real
stinks.
quick, I had to say that actress was Majorly Eaton. She played Emperor Palpatine in The Empire Strikes Back, and then
Oh,
in
no
the re-release, in the re-release, it was Ian McDermott. So yeah, she
shit.
physically portrayed Emperor Palpatine.
Just
And-
for that
Yeah, it kind of
one
looked
movie.
like Quasimodo.
yeah.
For that one movie or all of them?
For the one movie, she did it for Empire Strikes Back. The rest, the re-releases were the re-release shows Ian McDermott for Empire Strikes Back, but she was in the original, so that's who played that character.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a woman. That's crazy.
Yeah, that hell of makeup, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead with Darth. Like, so you went with Darth Vader as your on your list. Okay.
Number 1.
I was going to ask you guys, do you guys have any women on this list?
You know what? I almost did. I had Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I never seen
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
I had Bates from Misery.
Kathy Bates from
That
Misery.
was an honorable mention. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. Even though she's not really a villain, but you kind of.
Yeah, that's where it's like we were kind of talking about that between like anti-hero and I guess anti-hero and an anti-villain, just more or less
Yeah.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Yeah, I don't think I had anything Star Wars related. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of getting away from that. The last trilogy kind of, I don't know, left a sour taste in my mouth, like someone, Darth Vader shit in my mouth.
Well, I was thinking like when I was a kid, and then I had a few that when I matured as an that's remains to be seen. But as I matured as an adult, I have a few from there. But I have one from a kid from my childhood, which is Darth Vader, and 2 from my adulthood. But no, Darth Vader didn't strike a chord with you. Like, he scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
No, because remember in the Star Wars episode that we talked about, the first one I saw was Return of the Jedi. So I didn't see his true villainy
Yeah.
or what he was as a villain. I saw a father who was, fighting between the light and the dark side. So
He cut his son's arm or hand off.
Yeah, but you know that equates to an ass beating in Detroit.
Yeah, that's true.
you
That's
know,
par for the course.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true, John.
Really
Sorry.
nothing.
He got it back. Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
good.
he
It's
did
like,
get it
what
back.
is it? Darth went to go outside and get a Switch.
Yes, he
That's
did.
pretty much all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whooped his
that's
ass.
all it was. Yeah.
So that's
That
mine.
was-
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Who's the?
Was your first one?
Yeah. Who's the actor who plays him, like physically? Who's that white guy?
No,
Angus Young?
No.
AC/DC? I should know this. This is my guy. I don't know. Of course,
He was
James
like a
Earl-
football player
he
or
was.
something, or wrestler or something.
Bodybuilder. David Prowess.
Oh yeah, we said that in the Star Wars episode.
Yep.
David
Yeah.
Prowess. He was a football player.
He was a bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder.
Weightlifter too. Yeah.
I just remember that guy's head. It was like, God damn, he got a big ass head. No wonder he needed a big ass helmet. I just thought it was.
Oh no, you talking about the face when the helmet came off?
Yeah.
That was Sebastian Shaw.
Who the fuck is that?
He's another English actor. So you had 4 actors in total played Darth Vader.
Mhm.
Is that
So
right?
you had Hayden Christensen who played the whole part except
Yeah.
for the voice. You had Sebastian Shaw who, when you take off the helmet, was the deformed Darth Anakin at the end. Then
Yeah, I'm
you
looking at
had
him now.
David Prowett, who was in the helmet and costume, and then you had James Earl Jones who did the voice, which to me, James Earl Jones is Darth Vader, period.
Yeah,
that's
period.
just me. Yeah, period.
It's
yeah.
funny.
So.
Another degree of Kevin Bacon came up. He plays the character Sebastian Shaw in X-Men First Class.
Yes, he does.
Totally different characters, but yeah, it's just funny. I'm like, Kevin Bacon,
but also a villain.
Yeah,
there you go.
Villain. Yeah,
he was pretty good in that.
Well, I guess since you guys did your first, I'll do mine. Mine is also in the same vein. He's a Dark Lord. He lives in the place Middle Earth, and he resides on Mount Doom.
Number one.
Come on down, Sauron.
Mountain Dew?
Price Right music. Huh? Mount Doom. Mount Doom.
Oh, not Mountain Dew.
Where Frodo bricked in Sam's mouth.
Shit. Gross.
But it's one of my favorite, that has always been, that was, like I've said before, that was our, or at least in my head, everyone's like, oh, well, it was Endgame. For me, that was our Star Wars. Mm-hmm. As far as I was concerned, Lord of the Rings, I was obsessed with.
But you read the books. Or both of you guys read the books. Okay.
But the all-seeing eye, from the all-seeing eye to the guy in the horned fucking necromancer costume.
Yeah.
And then you got the new series coming out, where you kind of see where he began, in a sense. It's kind of, I don't know, the prequel, like, Nurse Ratched on Netflix or whatever the fuck it's called, Ratchet.
I didn't watch that. I should have. I didn't watch that.
It was okay, but it's not memorable. That's the thing. Like, we're digging into these characters a little bit more. I did not like The Hobbit. I think most people didn't like it.
I still watch it from
I can't do it. I
still watch it from time to time, just for the dwarf fighting scenes. I like
what is it? The first one was okay, but other than that, I still make
the Five Armies when they introduced Dane Ironfoot, because I like the actor who played Dane Ironfoot.
Dane Ironfoot.
That's the part. That's the part when he's riding out on the boar.
Oh, Jesus Christ! That's what is it? The comedian
Billy Connolly.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
which I think he's not acting anymore because he's kind of slipping into, I think, senility. Like he's not doing too well as far as I know, or he may have passed away. But the all-seeing eye also could be the eye of a butthole. Just throwing that out there. Dark Lord Sauron, man. So when J.R.R. Tolkien wrote this, it was more or less on the industrial, what the Industrial Revolution was doing to the world, which, as we can see, it wasn't the greatest thing, but it is the greatest thing. And then also Germany trying to take over different lands. That's basically what he based it off of. And that's the real life baddie, Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh, that was during World War II, not World War I.
It might have been World War I. I know for the most part it was the Industrial Revolution that this book was about. How, because you see the orcs and everything kind of chopping down trees.
Yeah.
All the big ents, the tree ents or whatever.
They're pissed off.
Yeah, pissed off. You don't want to piss off a hippie because he's gonna fling rocks at you or possibly dumps. So yeah, I wonder, Treebeard, what are his dumps like? This is what this episode's all about.
You're really fixated on these dumps.
Dark Lord Sauron making Dark Lord dumps.
Does his eye make dumps? Like,
oh yeah, it's shit. What if that thing got pink eye? Oh,
gross.
He's gonna need some Visine.
Well, I was about to bring up, like, what's the worst thing that each of your characters have done? Like, Darth Vader blew up a fucking planet and killed kids. Like, what's the worst that Sauron did?
Technically, you could say Princess Leia did because she was lying, but anyways, the Dark Lord, what did he do?
Yeah, what did he do? That's so bad.
He was going to envelop the world. Well, technically, he was just going to kill everyone and have the whole world, Middle Earth, be his in some way, shape, or form. Just spread across like a cancer. I think that's kind of but like in the books and whatnot,
he waged world war. That's what he did. Waged world war.
Yeah.
Okay.
He turned. Yeah, I would say that.
I
he
think,
just wanted
but that's what it always boils down to. I'm sorry, Aaron. Go ahead.
No. Go.
Yeah.
Go
I was
ahead.
just going to say it always fascinates me with these films and these villains. It always ends, or it's going to on the brink of some sort of world war. That's what it always leads to when it comes to these villains who are doing global domination or conquest. You can look at more recent films, Kingsman, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's always some sort of world war that is coming. That's the ultimate thing that they're trying to either stop or what the villain is trying to create. Same thing with, I don't know why he wasn't on my list, but Moriarty in A Game of Shadows for Sherlock. He wanted to start a war where he owned the bullets and the bandages. So he got money from both sides of it. So
he's just a capitalist. I don't think he's for that.
We're doing movie villains, right? Or are we doing
that was both movie and film though. Well, no, I don't know if that was in the book, but I know in the film Moriarty was trying to manipulate the system where he could own the bullets and the bandages for the next World War. So that's what
right. I just want to make sure I know the rules of this game because I stuck to film, but I had a lot of TV villains that I could have put.
Yeah. Oh, I did just villains in general, other than the real life ones, which are kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 2.
So my next one was Heath Ledger's Joker.
Bitch.
And
that was mine too.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker was really good, and you have to call it his because it was his performance. No one else has come close to that. His Joker tried his damnedest to break the Batman and Christian Bale's Batman spirit. Like he was trying to break down this Batman by doing all the stuff that he did, by manipulating Harvey Dent, by killing whoever that, I forget she's forgettable, but the girl who they were both fighting over.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's
Rachel.
character. Yeah,
Rachel. Yeah, so I think that his character in that film was so unassuming at first because you don't know what to think. Because the whole premise and production for his Joker, you didn't know what to see. Like there was promotional art for the Joker. There was those 2 black eyes and the smiley face. You didn't know what to expect. And then it was the one picture of Heath Ledger in profile with the black and white with the cuts on his lips. So there was nothing no one knew what he was going to do, if he was going to play this funny, if he was going to play this like maniacally. And I think he walked a really good path. And especially when he showed up and did the pencil trick, which threw everybody off in the theater, because we were all sitting there and we were just like, oh, like I remember going to see it. I had just left basic training and we went to go see it. And the movie had came out in basic, so I didn't go to the opening. So I had to wait until after I graduated to go see it. And that was the first thing we all did with our day pass. We went to the movies and we watched it, and it was crazy, man. Like everybody in the movie was screaming, and it was just, you were on the edge of your seat. You know, I remember I was sweating. I mean, I was just like, what am I gonna, this guy is crazy. And then that violin, or whatever that, I think it was a violin, and they used a nail to make that sound of the eerie sound when he's always talking about, you want to know how I got these scars? Like that whole thing really freaked me out.
Yeah, it was almost like a climax type thing. It's like you heard it, he's kind of telling, and it gets louder and louder and louder until he does what he does.
Yep. And then nothing was ever easy. When he killed Gamble, who was played by the guy who was in Spawn, he killed him. Michael Jai White.
Jaleel White.
Yeah. So he killed him. And then he made his 2 cronies try out by fighting with the poker stick.
Yeah.
With the pool stick. And then he had a knife for everything. He had a knife in his shoe.
Oh, he kept
had the
shank.
potato peeler. He had everything. So I really love this character in the fact that he was willing to do whatever needed to be done. And then let us not forget the epic ass beating he took in the room where they do interrogations. He was getting the shit kicked out of him, and it didn't break him.
He just wanted to prove a point, John. Like
yeah.
Everybody has their breaking point, and everybody.
Yep. And he was like, "There's nothing you can do to me that'll make me break." but you'll break before I'll break. So that was good. And he had a plan for everything. Even though he said there was no plan, he had a plan for everything.
He's fucking insane.
Yeah, he was.
And he enjoyed it.
Yeah. So I like that. And the fact that nobody spotted him in the police honor guard when they shot Gordon, that one always caught me off guard. I'm like, no one saw those cuts
Big
on
ass
his face.
scars. They were.
Yeah, he had those. Yeah. So,
in the grand scheme of things, they were trying to keep their eye out for a lot of things. He
got this Glasgow grin, and no one has spotted it anywhere. So that's for me was a stellar performance. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but it was a performance that I'll never forget. And if you ever watch the behind the scenes and you see him skateboarding as the Joker, it's just great. It's like something that should have been in a movie for me. Yep. If you've ever seen that, just him skateboarding and pulling tricks on the skateboard while in full Joker regalia is fantastic. So that's my number 2.
Yeah, that was my number 2, but whatever. So what's the worst thing he did? In the movie.
So I think the worst thing that he did, and I don't know, man. I think
he blew up Rachel.
Harvey. I was gonna say he broke Harvey, which is tied to him killing Rachel. But
couldn't you say that Batman blew up Rachel? He didn't choose Rachel. He chose Harvey Dent.
Okay. Right? He blew up a hospital. How about that?
Yeah, no one was in the hospital.
Did they get everyone? But we don't know if he got everything out.
It was kind of said that they got everything. See, the thing is with the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, I see him not so much a villain, but an agent of chaos.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he was.
Well, yeah. But see, the thing is that he didn't do. Well, he set up the bombs and everything, but Batman chose who was going to live or die. Everyone in the hospital was out, possibly not Harvey Dent, but they got him out. And then, he took over a bus. Those people lived. The people on the boat lived. I don't know, man. You can look at it from a weird perspective.
You're describing the guy from Saw a little bit.
He's 100%.
Saw. That's another villain, kind of.
Number 2.
Just real quick to touch on my second, Jar Jar Binks.
As the Darth Lord?
What?
Or as the Sith Lord?
Lisa called Jar Jar Binks.
I love
Remember,
that pick.
George Lucas said that he was the key to all of this. Never explained that, but he said, kind of, he's not a Sith, and he had to pedal back a little bit. Yellow eyes, he's able to use, mind tricks.
Mm-hmm.
But he does it as almost like unintelligent. He gave Palpatine his powers. He's the one that started it all. He was like, Misa, give Palpies Misa seat in Senate.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate Jar Jar Binks.
I hate him too
because it was really a minstrel performance, so it pisses me off. So I
agree, John. But if they would have fulfilled what Aaron is saying,
the Darth Lord,
I would have been okay.
It would have been good.
Awesome.
I'll put it to you like this: if that would have happened, I would have been fine with. But I hated that performance, and I feel bad for the actor who had to do that performance. Dude was just trying to get a check, and actually got a lot of suicide. What? He had to go on suicide watch and was getting a lot of death threats after that.
So to put a positive, well, not even a positive spin, people are more accepting of that character now.
Yeah.
And kind of give him props, understand that he wasn't the one that was, it wasn't his choice.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But yeah, if Jar Jar Binks was the Dark Lord, 100% my second, because he's able to manipulate. Okay, that's not really my second one.
No, but it's a good one though.
100%.
People hated him. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
I was gonna say, what is it? Bill the Butcher.
Yes,
Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
Honestly, and that's the other thing. Technically, not everyone thinks that he's a villain. Technically, he could be a patriot, and they're all in gangs breaking the law. What makes a villain? But Bill the Butcher, Daniel Day-Lewis playing that character, 100% one of the best performances
I gotta see that
I've
again.
ever seen.
He was a nationalist, right? Wouldn't he been?
Yeah, he was a
nationalist. Yeah.
But it's like, how can you really? What, you were born there? Okay, I understand that. But you're not originally from there. You're not technically a native. They call themselves natives, but they came off of a boat with their ancestors came off of a boat coming there. So it's like, I don't know, the only natives here, Native Americans, I guess.
Dude, that one has always been a very slippery slope with that movie, because I like that movie, and I remember that one black dude that was trying to be cool in the gang, and he ended up getting his ass beat, and I was just like, see, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. You try to align yourself, you think you cool, and then you get caught up.
I was going to say, though, it's still one of Scorsese's worst movies.
Is it really?
I think so.
Wait,
you think
what
so?
is?
Okay.
What
Yeah,
is?
that's an opinion.
Gangs of New York.
See,
I think it's.
I thought I was the only. I didn't hate it, but it was like I think I was just too immature to like it at the time. So you're saying I was right.
You were right. It was the only Scorsese film where he didn't get final cut. Guess who got final cut? Production company. Guess who owned the production company?
Weinstein, right?
Yeah, fucking finger grabbing and that he is a villain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he is a true villain. He looks like a fucking troll from Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. But that's my second, would be Bill the Butcher.
Number 2.
My second is Alonzo Harris, Denzel Washington, motherfucking Training Day.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
And before him, honorable mention, it was Tupac in Juice playing Bishop, but I had to make a cut. So I took Denzel Washington, finally got an Oscar for this role.
Which was shitty.
Yeah, but he was great, man. I can't lie.
Yeah,
it was fucking
shitty,
great.
man. I'm sorry. I'm going on record saying that. Of all the performances,
You're like 20 years late, but yeah.
yeah. Of all the performances he's done, the one time he gets an Oscar, is from him playing a shitty individual. That was bullshit. But it's an Oscar, so whatever.
He deserved it. He deserved it. He was great. Yeah. Was that 2001? The soundtrack was fucking banging. Who directed that? But he also directed Denzel and Equalizer. I can't think of his fucking name. It's like
it's not Antonio Fuqua.
Yeah, it is. He wrote that. I think that was his first major film. It's fucking
Real
awesome.
quick, what's your favorite Denzel movie? Is it Training Day? Mine is Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I would say still Malcolm X. Still.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I think that's Spike Lee's best movie ever. He never did anything better than that. And I think Denzel totally committed himself to that role. I mean, like he does every role. But that one, to me, stands the test of time. Whereas, if you look at a lot of Denzel movies now from the 90s, they don't exactly do that anymore. To me, I'm not trying to be a hater. But like... Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, that's a good one. But Denzel, the worst thing he did in Training Day was kill the guy he befriended as he was a drug dealer. No, actually, technically, he stomped out a Russian guy, and that's what kind of started the whole movie. That backdrop of him trying to gain enough money in order to pay off a debt. The debt was he killed off Russian mob boss's son, I believe. So I guess that was the worst thing he did. But his betrayal of the character Alonzo Harris, and on the day he had to train his partner Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke was great fucking too. But fucking Training Day was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
But Malcolm X, favorite Denzel movie. Hurricane is a very sneaky. Sneaky.
That's
good.
A good one too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are gonna be hating, but I liked him in Two Guns. I'm sorry. Two Guns was good to me.
It was fun. It was just fun.
Yeah, that
man.
was a fun movie. Yeah, that was a fun one. So.
Look at Eli. Wasn't terrible.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't
bad.
Great either.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. That was decent.
Who was the guy who plays the villain in that?
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Professional. I liked him as a villain in The Professional.
Yes. I just watched The Professional for the first time this weekend.
What?
The first time this weekend.
Good for
I
you.
had never seen it. I heard of it, but I had never seen it. For the first time I watched it, like, without telling anybody. I didn't want no distractions. I was just like, let me watch this. It was on Netflix because I didn't just watch it, but it was recommended to me. Jean Reno, who's in those, what's the French guy who played that Jean? Yeah, Jean Reno. He was in this movie called Ronin that I like with
De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. So I like Ronin. It got recommended to me to watch Leon the Professional, and fuck, that movie was good.
I did not know you did.
It was good, dude.
That was one of the movies from the start that made me want to like make film. That and Kill Bill and blah blah blah. That's another that honorable mention. David Carradine in Kill Bill. Yeah. He was a very good villain. Yeah, they just didn't have enough of him in the movie to where I would have put him on the list. But David Carradine in that movie. Kaiser Soze is another one. Yeah, I hope I didn't ruin anybody's list. Did I ruin your list?
No, you did. Okay. You did. Oh. Kaiser Soze was a really good pick. Yeah. I didn't even think to put him on my list. But go ahead, Aaron. What's yours?
What, my third?
This is your.
Oh, is it my turn again?
I think so.
Number 3.
I'm gonna say for my third one, Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss, sir? The most you ever lost.
He was a psychopath on a mission and was willing to do whatever it took to make sure that it got done. He got hired by that cartel. And the worst thing he done, I think, and it's left open-ended, is when he killed Llewellyn's wife. It's left open-ended because he's sitting there and asks her, choose. And she's like, I don't want to choose. He's like, you need to choose the side of the coin. And she's like, I don't want to do that. He's like, you have to make a choice. She's like, my choice is not making a choice, or something to that effect. And he leaves out, but he checks the bottom of his shoes because he's always checking to make sure he doesn't leave any blood or anything behind.
Yeah, I think that was the giveaway.
So that's what the giveaway was. Yeah. I was like, okay, he must have killed her. So I thought that was a really good villain. And killing people with that cow gun,
air gun,
that pistol, the air gun.
Yeah,
like that was fucking wild, man. And the first time you see him, he suffocate or chokes that sheriff to death.
Yeah, man.
And the way his hair is moving, it's like his hair had its own mind of its own. Like the whole thing worked together.
Who was the directors for that?
That was the Coen brothers.
Oh man, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Javier Bardem did a real good job with that, and I just really enjoyed that.
One of my favorite movies all time. What did that come out?
Yeah,
like 2006.
That came out in 2007.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, so fucking good. That was like my introduction to the Coen brothers, I believe.
Yeah, and Tommy Lee Jones. I liked him in that film. It was just like he was this guy trying to keep doing the damn thing, but he's getting older and he's not going to be able to keep up with this new pace of criminal. So I just thought that was it. And, it was good seeing Tommy Lee Jones during the Super Bowl. Did you see him in the truck commercial?
Keeping Up with the Joneses? Yeah.
Keeping Up with the Joneses. Yeah, he's gotten really old, but
he's been old for like 40 years.
Yeah, he was old since Men in Black, man. So
him and Clint Eastwood, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck him and Clint. Yeah, they're gonna be like 1,000 years old. But yeah, so that was my pick, and I do have an honorable mention.
Yes,
and I would say the alien from Aliens. And the reason why
a bitch. That was my honorable mention. Yeah.
The reason why I'm gonna say that, and I want to get you guys' take on this. Do you consider them villains or survivalists? I don't consider them necessarily villains.
Not anymore.
I consider them, yeah. I consider them like, we were doing our own fucking thing, and you motherfuckers came to us.
Yes.
So
yes.
I find them to be animals in a sense. They have no empathy, no thought. Yeah. They're machines. They're the perfect like predator.
Yeah.
More or less. So
Predator.
Predator. Yeah. Well, no, Predator's hunting. Like
he's still scared the hell out of me. I'm thinking about as a kid, what scared the hell out of me? Predator scared the hell out of me. Aliens scared the hell out of me. Yeah. Scared me.
Yeah. That fucking scene from Ninja Turtles you put on Twitter. Now that shit scares the shit out of me. Now.
Wasn't that fucking awesome? It was
I was just like, God damn it.
That's horrible. But who's next? Is it you, Aaron?
Number 3.
So I got 2 for the last one.
Cheat.
Okay.
The first one is kind of like, what the fuck? And then the other one's like, hell yeah. So my first one is Momma from Throw Momma from the Train.
Okay.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Owen. And then also, what is it? Anne Ramsey, who was also in the Goonies.
Yeah.
She's just a awesome villainess, or female villain.
Yeah.
But the main one for me, because I didn't, I don't want to leave female listeners out, because I think most of our villains are all male. But that and Ramsey is like my third, and then a close fourth/third, Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man.
What can I say? I'm a blast from the past.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Honorable mention, New Jack City. Was it New
Hell
Jack?
yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's fucking good, dude.
Oh my
Hell
God.
yeah. That's a good fucking
Because he's
pick,
just
dude.
like, he's so, chaotic. I didn't really like the way that he died,
Yeah.
with just like, Stallone hanging onto that thing, and then it's just, what is that?
He got frozen, and then
yeah.
Stallone kicked him to
Phoenix!
Yeah.
and then nails him on the head. But then you also have like Simon Phoenix. What is it? I think he got a bunch of villains out. Guys played, Jesse Ventura was a part of that group. And then he also unfroze Jeffrey Dahmer.
What's the worst thing he did, though? What's the worst thing?
Probably killing all those people on the bus in the beginning, where he set up thinking that Stallone would be able to, John
Spartan.
John Spartan. That he would be able to save them. He gave him like an inch and just fucking eviscerated all of them. Simon Phoenix is one of the best villains ever. And the fact that he was able to, learn, it's more or less Neo before Neo was a thing.
Yes.
So.
Hell yeah, man. Good pick, Aaron.
That
Good
is a
fucking
good
pick, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. That's
What year was that?
real
93, 94?
19, I want to say 90.
Well, who directed that?
I don't know.
Did anybody know?
Demolition Man?
Yeah, who
I
directed
have
it?
no idea.
Oh, that's a good one.
I just
All
remember
I
the
know-
Taco Bell tie-ins. That shit.
Oh,
was-
hell yeah. man. They had the cups.
Yeah.
And everything. I brought that up before. Yeah, the collectible cups.
Ooh.
That's actually when I started going to Taco Bell as a kid, getting the little tacos and whatnot. But
So, director Marco Brambilla.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard
and we
of
had
him
what is
since.
it? Our Movie Smiths episode back in the day. It was the other podcast that I was on. We did one on Demolition Man, and Don, you were.
I sure the fuck was drunk.
Yeah.
Out of my mind.
Were you drunk?
I'm always drunk. Anyway, my third
You
pick.
had sunglasses on the entire time when we were.
Cause
fucking
I was
recording.
hungover.
Number 3.
It's Freddy Krueger, 1984. I was a kid. I was afraid to sleep because of Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund's portrayal of this character. Scared the hell out of me. Being burned alive by these adults because they thought he sexually abused these kids or he did something.
Yeah.
He did.
Yes.
He did. Like he sexually abused, molested,
Yeah.
and that's like the all-time sin.
But isn't that terrifying that he? Okay, he does. That's bad enough. That's a villain right there. And then he comes back to haunt the fucking kids of these people that burned him. Oh my god, terrified the hell out of me. I could not fucking sleep. Honorable mention: Jason. That was a good one. Michael Myers, Thanos, Terminator, Highlander, Clancy Brown as the Kurgan.
Yes, the what was his name?
The
fucking,
Kurgan or the
Kurgan.
Even better, Mario Van Peebles. I can't remember the.
Oh, really?
Highlander. Yeah.
I just remember. I just remember the sex scenes, but yeah, I did. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Drago, Rocky IV, kind of.
Yeah.
Only one. He had this like slight British accent, even though he's like from Mongolia.
Oh yeah. Agent Smith, The Matrix.
Agent Smith, that was
a
number
villain.
15 on my list. Yeah.
But the worst thing that Freddy Krueger, I guess I just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molestation and killing.
Killing kids in their sleep. That's pretty
Well,
bad.
you know
the
what,
first,
man?
I was gonna say the first dream sequence, real quick. The claws in like she's up on the wall and being like moved all over the place.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, that's insane.
Johnny
First time I ever saw
Depp
it.
in that movie when he's in the bed and he just like drags him into the bed and then blood gushes out like a geyser. Scared the shit out of me. Scared the hell out
The part
of me.
that really fucked with me is when the girl is in the tub and that fucking glove comes up. That iconic scene of the glove coming up when she's in the tub and it's right between her legs. And I'm like, what the fuck is about to happen here? That one gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Freddy still kind of scares me, even though he got funnier as it went on, but he still kind of scares the hell out of me. Honorable mention, The Blob. That kind of The Blob scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Wait, what? The old Blob or the with Steve McQueen?
The one in the 80s. The one in the
Okay.
80s.
Yeah.
Trying to think, what other ones did we get? The Thing from The Thing.
Oh yeah,
was
the
fucking
thing.
good. Yeah.
Kurt
And
Russell,
that
yeah.
ending was fucking priceless, dude.
Oh
like,
man.
you're not sure if it's McCready or if it's the other dude. I forget the other dude's name.
What about?
But
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Keep
just
going.
saying,
Sorry.
you're
No,
just
not
left.
T.C. Carlson. Who's the black guy? He
The
was
black guy was David
from Dead
the
Presidents.
voice of Goliath.
Yeah, he does a
David,
lot of voices.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Fucking.
I was gonna say, is it? God, I can't remember his name. Fucking the robot from the first Alien movie.
Oh, yes, the cyborg or the.
You
android.
consider him a villain?
100%. Well, I consider the corporation that put him on the ship
Yeah.
to be villains, which is more or less like Amazon, you could say, right now with Jeff Bezos. And then,
Yeah.
or you could say it's either Jeff Bezos or
Bezos.
the guy with the weird fucking haircut that does Tesla.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say his name.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Because he gets so much praise from people, which in reality he's just another corporate fucking shill. People, what is it? A person taking advantage. That's where it's at. When people take advantage of labor, you are a villain.
Yeah.
What about
Yep,
the
got real there for a
Exorcist? What about the Satan? How about that?
That was not. That was
Satan.
Pazuzu.
Yeah,
that was
Pazuzu, but-
another
Hey man,
dude.
Exorcist to this day is the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life.
You
Hell
consider.
yeah.
I
Still.
was gonna say, if you go biblical times, you consider Satan a villain because in reality,
Oh, here you go.
well, no, I'm just saying, like, Satanism is like knowledge. All he wanted was to know why he was kind of doing the things that he did. I'm not praising.
No,
not
he was
doing that,
jealous.
not doing-
He was technically
jealous
jealous of
of-
humanity.
Yeah. So that's the thing with
But they made angels.
He was
made
jelly.
angels, and God didn't give a shit about him. God was indifferent and be like, you do
Well,
whatever.
angels.
Like you're gonna help me.
Angels were
Lucifer was
angels
his
were
favorite, right? He was
favorite.
like,
That he was his Lucifer himself.
oh, the movie Prophecy with Christopher Walken.
That yeah, Lucifer himself was God's most prized angel or whatever. But he wanted to take leadership away from God. God is like, nah, that's not happening. Lucifer is like, I beg to differ. So then they go to war. Lucifer gets sent out of heaven and to the pits of hell. And see, this is the thing that
was the
fascinates
first Endgame movie.
Yeah. So that's what fascinates me with people who are into that. Lucifer doesn't have horns and a tail and all that stuff. If you read the Bible, like he's described as a very
Beautiful.
attractive
He's
individual.
beautiful.
Yeah, he's beautiful. Like his face
He's
is,
much better than regular angels that are like one eyeball with a bunch of circles surrounding the eyeball.
Is that the
and
description?
whatnot. That is the description of an angel. Look it up. What angels actually are described as in the Bible. It's one big fucking eyeball with a bunch of other eyeballs surrounding it with wings.
What chapter are you?
Yeah, well,
Noah.
let's go to church.
It's in what is it? I don't know if it's Genesis, but no, they describe it. It's insane.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis?
But all this story is about a kid getting kicked out of his Midwest home and having to move to Florida. That's what the Bible.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's breaking
Hell.
it down the most. That breaks it down a bit.
Any
That
more
brings it back.
honorable mentions?
Yeah, so another honorable mention I'll give for villainy. I'm gonna go with
Tom Cruise, Lestat in Interview with a Vampire.
was he really a villain though? Because he was trying to educate Louis.
He was an old school
like-
vampire. So yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. So I'm gonna say Voldemort from Harry Potter. Voldemort.
Oh,
So
I never
yeah,
really got
so-
into Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's
the boy who lived.
yeah. So that whole
Oh, the bald head guy or the mutant.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
have a number 4 with large fries and a Sprite.
Did you really say that? Fucking Lord Zed.
Lord
Lord
Zed,
Zed.
yes, Lord Zed.
Rita Repulsa. There you go. We have to bring some more ladies. Rita Repulsa.
She had
Rita
some big
Repulsa.
hooters. Or was that like fake?
Those are cones, right?
Yeah, they're
Weren't those,
cones.
So you don't
Yeah.
think they were
cones?
filled in by her mutant boobs?
She wasn't a mutant though. She was an
witch.
alien.
Oh, yeah, she's
Alien
a witch.
witch.
Yeah,
Or,
alien witch.
or was she a sorceress? Sorceress?
I don't know. Hey, what about the lady from the Species movies?
Yeah, Eve. Eve would be another one. I was gonna say,
is she really a villain?
Yeah,
because at least you get to die fucking her first, like boop, boop, boop,
but
boop,
you
boop.
die in the process. Like you're like,
but you get to smash.
That movie, at least the first Species, is so good because it's like predicated upon like Freudian like psychology. You know, the vagina and the male's penis getting fucking. That's it getting bitten the fuck off, and then also like I don't know. It made a lot of dudes squeamish. Like the same thing what I brought up before with what is it? Not Saw, but the other one, the fucking movie where they're torturing the teenagers in Yugoslavia or something. Slavic country.
Eli Roth shit. That one.
Yeah.
Hostel?
Oh, you talking about
Hostel 2, where the chick cuts off the dude's fucking balls and dick.
I didn't like that.
Remember that?
Yeah,
I don't remember that, but I didn't. I couldn't sit through that movie. I couldn't sit through it because it was just too much for me.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But, man,
what is it?
Hans Landa.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna bring up.
Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's another honorable mention that I.
The way that he eats strudel is like so fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
The way he's. Oh man, that actor is so good. The way that he's breathing,
he's cutting, dude. Yes,
he's cutting it. Even drinking the milk.
Yeah,
like it's all these little things that just make him so sinister. But he's just doing everyday normal things. Like you hear the crack of the strudel, and he's like, "Wait for the cream." Like he has a precise way of doing everything.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh God,
I gotta watch that movie again.
The intro was what fucked with me when he comes into that farmer's house.
Yeah,
and he already deduces that these people are here. I know where they're at. They're like rats, you know. Like that whole thing is just fascinating to me. And another one I'm gonna give, because we talked about real world villains, I'm gonna go with, and this is generalizing, people who ban books. I have to bring that up.
You mean like in real life?
Yeah. I'm bringing up real world people who ban books. LeVar Burton did a really good skit for The Daily Show where he was trying to read books. And each time he would read it, a siren would go off and he'd be like, oh, I can't read this one because it's banned. And then he would try to read another one. And then the siren would go off and the screen would come on and he couldn't read it. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, this one's banned. And then he goes, you know what? Fuck it. Read anything that's banned. That's where the information is at. The information they're trying to hide from you or from books they're trying to keep you from reading. And you can hear people coming up the stairs. He's like, oh, they're coming to get me, but just keep reading. You know, read what you want to read. Don't read what they tell you to read. And that's the truth. I think that we live in a society now where our villains are these people who are in public office, who are in our leadership, hiding information from kids because they don't want kids to know the true history of what's going on around here.
Yeah.
You know, 1619 Project is one book that they've banned. Mouse. If you've ever read Mouse is
so fucking good.
Yeah, they banned that one in Tennessee because they said it's too sexual. When in all actuality, that's not the case.
Exactly.
So they banned that. Other books that they've banned, you know, queer reading or anything of that nature has been banned because they feel like kids shouldn't be seduced by these types of books. It's not that, and it's the wording. It's the wording. And kids are being smart. They're realizing like this is not the norm, that books like this should be hidden from us. But these people who are on these school boards are trying to limit the information, trying to keep kids dumb. But I think kids are getting a lot smarter now and they're not going to fall for it. So that's,
I was going to say your real life villain. Mine is similar to yours, as is government and in general.
How about Golden Child? Charles Dance, Sardo. Fucking, I love Charles Dance. He was in fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Fucking Ghostbusters 2. Like,
yeah.
Yes. Another fucking great villain. And
I was going to say, what's your real life villain, Don?
Poverty? I don't know.
Poverty? There you go.
Yes.
Poverty. Fuck
Poverty.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of children and adults hungry in this great nation is an abomination. And the things that they do to poor people, and
it's despicable, man.
And despicable. Yep. And people with mental disabilities. That could be local government. That could be the national government. I don't like it. So anybody that's against that is an enemy. Anybody that doesn't tell the truth is a fucking enemy, especially in 2022. But
anyone that pits someone against each other based off of their beliefs instead of having a conversation, I think they're the scum of the earth in general. And that can more or less encompass everything that we just talked about, like with poverty, with terrible world fucking leaders. We people in general, it's not a call for revolution or anything like that, but maybe it is. Fucking pick up arms and take these leaders down.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as say that.
See, I was trying to run from this by bringing up the goat child. I was trying to run from all this.
Any militias want to direct all their emails to P.O. Box.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't have enough access to truth to know who's doing wrong, who's doing right. So I've largely stayed out of the whole thing that's going on in the Ukraine. I've heard
it bugs me because we have a huge Ukrainian community here. So it bothers me. And I know people who are tied to people from over there. So it just bugs me because I see that community, I see the blue and yellow flags, and I do hurt for them. And it just sucks, man. It sucks because
just peace, peace, barter for peace. You know, we all live on the same fucking planet. Peace, peace, Ukraine, peace, Russia, peace.
But yeah, as we talk current events and villains, true life villains, but you know,
can't help but talk about this stuff with
favorite TV villain.
Well, all right, yeah. So favorite TV villain, I would have to go with Mr. Burns.
Good one.
Yeah, Mr.
That's a tough one. I have to think about that.
I'll say,
would Tony Soprano count as a villain, or is he a protagonist?
Tony is like well, no, he's not an antagonist. He's like a anti-hero in a sense. He's human. He's flawed. He's a flawed character.
Right.
Let me see here.
Joffrey from Game of Thrones for me. That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Everybody was so glad that he died.
And what's unfortunate is Jackie Gleason, that's his name, Jack Gleason or something like that. He got out of that. He was like, I'm done with acting. Like, I don't want to do this shit no more.
He went to college. He went to, I think, college after that. Yeah. He was in the Batman movie with Bale.
Yeah, he was. And he was so good as Joffrey, man.
Yes, he was.
So fucking good. What about Daenerys? Does Daenerys turn into a villain?
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Is she someone who we rooted for only to see her descend into becoming a villain? You either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Two-Face. We kind of brought him up earlier with the movie, but I wasn't impressed by him as Harvey
Dent.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Harvey
Keitel.
Yeah, like I love the actor, but it was like, oh, Harvey Dent, he's like this plain Jane fucker. Like, I don't care. But then when he became Two-Face, I'm like, hell yeah! Like, all right.
I love them.
Killing motherfuckers in the limo. I'm like, I like this guy. Scarface, Al Pacino. Is he fucking a villain?
Yeah. I got a TV show one. There's two of them on the same show. Deadwood, Al Swearingen.
Okay, I don't know that one.
And then George Hurst, though, because Al Swearingen kind of turns around a little bit. But the guy that played George Hurst, which is Gerald McRaney.
Yeah,
played an excellent Hearst, like villain, non-empathetic, would kill people to get whatever he wanted. I don't know. Deadwood's a fucking.
I gotta
show.
watch that show. I gotta watch that one.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gents, we appreciate you listening again, as always. Like and subscribe. I said that in the intro earlier as we were listening. And also, not as, I don't know. I don't know what to say on the villains they're more exacerbated or bigger characters in these movies and TV shows. And in real life, you do have some actual real life villains, but at the same time, I think humanity is just flawed in general. But Adolf Hitler was a big piece of shit. All right. Much love, everyone. Right. You'll be hearing from us next time. And don't forget, out of the three of us, I'm the villain.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Hey, guys. It's Aaron.
You think you could do me a big fave? Wherever you're listening to this right now, rate and subscribe. Find new episodes where you listen to podcasts, and look for us on all the social media sites and Gmail at After School Special Podcast at Gmail, After School Special Podcast at Instagram and Facebook, and After School SPE3 on Twitter. Interrupting.
Well, no, Darth Vader's breath stink. It has to. In that mask. Think about how many times you had to wear a mask during this whole pandemic and how much you smell your own breath. It's like, God damn, my breath stinks. So Darth Vader's breath stink.
I don't know about that, man. Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, really? It was just me?
You got